Hello, bitches.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
All rise and like, subscribe, and bang the gavel, baby.
All rise. It's Monday. It's time for court. It's dark at Creed's house and a bad storm. So if I just go away, you'll know why.
So what you're saying is Clerk Michelle broadcasting live from outside your house. It's very dark where she's at as well.
That's about what it would look like if I went outside. I hope everybody had a great weekend. We're back at it for a brand new week. Chases and Cases 5 days a week. Of course, we started at 1 o'clock East with We Got a Case, which, by the way, I took down the thing, and there it is. Took it down the other day when we had remember we were watching the thing, and there's a little thing up ahead.
Do what you got to do sometimes.
I'm going to go on record real quick and say there is no way that this week can beat last week's court cases. There's just just no way.
Last week was amazing. We had the guy peeing in the cup, which was huge. We had the guy peeking through the little door during court in his cell. And we had our good friend talking on her shoe, which did exceptionally well this weekend. A lot of new people coming through. A lot of love. People, I believe one of the comments, Creed, I will paraphrase, I can't believe this channel is so small. That is a crime.
Hey, 8,500, by the way, 1,500 on our road to 10K, and then we're going to shut the hell up about that as soon as we hit that. But anyways, let's jump into it. We're here for court, not for us just to yammer on.
I'm bragging about
versus
ourselves.
Amber Lucille Yoder. Miss Booker for the state, Mr. Patterson for Miss Yoder, who fails to appear.
Uh-oh.
And you said you were retained on Erickson. Is that right, Mr. Patterson?
Already a failure to appear here.
Yes.
Okay.
He did.
I'm just making
That
notes
is
for
kind of quiet. Nobody's calling dibs yet.
Yes. Thank you.
Astonished.
March
Who wants-
30th, the defendant was
Webster?
at the Sallyport, pled not guilty, and Mr. Patterson was appointed, and it was set for today. Have you heard anything, Mr. Patterson, from any of us?
Judge, no, and I don't
Hopefully
have a
somebody in chat
file
can tell you. I have
yet.
no idea what you're talking about or who that is.
Marlo. Marlo.
So I think
Brand,
that the
Brand?
appointment's
Marlo
now
Brand?
gone out as of, I think, last Friday. So we're putting together a file, but I haven't had any contact from Miss Yoder, I don't believe. So we're not sure why she's not here.
Did she go to your office after court? Because she was at the Sallyport, so she was ordered over there. And you guys don't have any information, at least that you know. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
I don't have that information.
Okay.
I don't know.
Good to see
I don't
you.
want to get her in trouble, but I don't, I just don't know.
Okay.
Well, I show she has failed to appear before. This is not.
No. Well,
Yeah, I showed 2 prior, I believe, failures to appear. And then she was at the Sallyport on that March 30th date, and she appeared at the Sallyport. And so you ordered her to go to Mr. Patterson's office across the street.
why do I
understand
feel like
Mr. Patterson's position,
Sallyport
but
is a jail on
those were the
a
court orders on
river?
that day.
Going to
Sally.
issue a bench warrant.
Come to Sallyport.
It must be on a river. What do you do with the lockers when
And your the prior
Roll the
amount was
river.
2,500 cash or surety. We asked that be forfeited.
On forfeiture, bench warrant, new bond set at 5,000, cash for surety.
Sallyport.
Thank you, Google.
Michelle,
Sallyport.
anything further?
Michelle, anything
I don't
further?
see anything
Yeah,
else, John.
saying hi to Shoes to
All
the
right,
Roots
Thank you
stuff.
all very much.
Your Honor, there's a few matters that we have to take up.
Old
that,
guy, Nancy,
you set aside,
Terminator,
which
what
was
do you got?
Dora. He still hasn't appeared as of this
I like
date,
that
but
the judge was
obviously,
trying to get the
Mr.
hell out,
Singh
and
statements
she's like,
the court didn't know
wait a
how
minute,
the
Judge,
court
we're not
wanted
done
to
yet.
address that.
I'm going to grant
Captain.
defendant's motion
Howdy, howdy.
and close the case,
Ed.
dismiss the case at this time.
Wow, she just said, you know what?
Defense
Instead of
motion
hearing it, I'll
granted
just
to
dismiss it. Let's
dismiss.
do it.
Mikey said the same thing.
We're
He got
dismissing
power
the,
topping.
the 18 case for him.
Does he have
I wanna be
another
his
one?
Friend.
No, I was just making.
Yes.
sure I was on the right-
18 TR 3512. Yeah. Mr. Patterson's motion to dismiss is granted. Case closed.
Okay, so,
Who's playing in Windows?
okay.
I think that they have a
Yeah, all the
laptop like
costs
the
and
one that
fees for collections, is
Mecklenburg
that
County
correct?
has
Costs and
given
fees
out
to
to my wife,
collections.
which while it's plugged in, it constantly makes that noise.
And wasn't there one other one?
God bless Sarge. That's
Who else did we need to take up?
that's sad if we
Uh,
never have another. Travis
Your Honor,
West.
I didn't have any other actual
Is this
files
channel
to take
completely
up,
gone?
But Mr. Smith had emailed me in regards to his client, Mr.
Shoot.
Cox, I believe.
Crock talk.
So I just wanted to take that up with you
All right.
while we're
Okay.
still on Zoom.
Back on the
Glad
record
morning,
in 22
Robert. You guys hold the thing down over on
37,
the
State versus
Facebook.
Jeffrey Cox.
Michael.
Last time we called that today, he ended up with a bench warrant, $3,000 cash or surety. What else, Ms. Booker, has come about?
Yes, Your Honor, he emailed myself and Michelle, and he said I was able to track down which facility Mr. Cox is in. He's currently in Crossover Recovery Center for treatment. He should be there another 20-ish days. I'd only been told of his treatment facility as of
days
yesterday,
gonna be
and I
about
was able
another
to
20. It
track
should
down
be
with the
fine.
assistance of his parents this morning. Would the
Rinky-dinky
prosecution,
day.
the court, be amenable to a bond modification to allow the bench warrant to be dropped upon the successful completion of treatment?
This deal was so
And
small. Do
provided
you have
his
any
email
idea?
address in the email and said thank you. So I
Even
just
if-
wanted the court to be aware, I guess,
Seal's
of the
so
update
small, it's
and
hard
whether or
to
not the
say.
court wanted the bench
Michigan?
warrant to stay.
When's he supposed to get out?
There's no date certain. It just said 20-ish days in the email.
It's got to be
No.
Michigan. Look at that flag right here.
And that's
blue
Mr.
flag.
Smith, the attorney, telling us that.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, I'll set aside the bench warrant and bond forfeiture, and we'll set this for July 25th
Smallest seal
at 9
ever.
a.m. So Michelle can, or
was
Ms.
gonna
Booker,
say, hell,
whoever
I
had
didn't
that
see a
contact, you let
Ronald.
Mr.
Thanks,
Smith
Ronald.
know to have his
Head to the
client
stars,
get
Ron.
that time.
I'm emailing him back right now, Your Honor.
Sorry, I did miss
Okay.
him. You gotta. I was thinking.
happens.
that-
And you're saying your client must be present
Audio, video at least.
for bench warrant at that time. Okay.
Anything else from
don't-
anyone?
I don't think so. The
All
bar
right.
is
Anyone?
State
very,
Bueller?
very high.
All right, Creed, on to yours. What you got?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Let's just jump into it and let's
Okay,
see.
and I have counsel here.
I like the guy showing off his broken arm.
Your Honor, Susan Holland for defendant.
Do you think that Oliver and
Great to see you, Miss Holland.
Kenneth had a
Thank you for being here.
small
All right, so
slap
what's
fight?
this-
And, Your Honor, this is Thomas Kroll for Hanley's Davis Toyota.
Maybe they're brothers.
Oh, Mr. Kroll. thank you.
for Davis Toyota,
All right, so this case.
Georgia?
Who wants to give me an update?
Georgia.
Yes, we have a settlement and we're only waiting on the plaintiff's signature. Everybody else has signed the
Oh,
agreement.
I got a feeling somebody didn't pay for a car they
I
got.
think at the time
Yep.
The plaintiff's counsel had said he couldn't locate his client, but that's what we're waiting on.
He's really proud of that cast. I don't know what he's laughing
So
about
we
though.
vacated the trial date.
I know he's
Uh,
showing it
I
off.
will have given,
It's like he's flexing with his shoe inventory back there in his
written notice of
plastic
settlement and the
containers.
date that you
Oh, look at it
Oh, he-
all.
That almost saw the balls, I think.
Right.
He wants to take a
Goodbye.
pee.
Continue. How much time do you think we need here?
Nancy, we're gonna start calling you Jeanette Jr.
I mean,
Thank
I
you.
think
I need somebody to tell me over there.
conference about
Thank
the
you,
settlement,
Nancy.
so,
I mean, thank you,
you would
Nancy.
ask for
And
only
but
30
Mavis, thank
days
you for the
if we wanna get
hallelujah
this
and the star.
Thank you, Nancy. Mavis.
It's listen,
Thank you.
it's like Monday morning for me. I just got up a little while ago. I slept in. It was
Today has
dark
been
in the
a,
house.
a very Monday day already.
I
Very
might.
Monday.
6/20, 2022 at 9 o'clock in Department 9.
Same here, our guy.
Okay. And no appearance necessary if the dismissal's on file. Otherwise, it'll be dismissed that day. Okay, Mr. Kroll, anything?
Hello, Deborah.
Okay, great. Ms.
Good to
Holland,
see
anything?
everybody.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ray.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, off the record.
Oh, where are you
Okay.
going, buddy?
We have a
Hello.
name-
Oh, Brooklyn, we just jumped in. Not sure. Whenever we jump in on when Hardy
Yes,
into
good
something, we
morning,
never
Your
know.
Honor. Jose Navarro Robles versus General Motors.
Okay, so these are a bunch of people, I guess, that haven't paid for their car. I'm guessing 'cause, General Motors.
Repo, baby.
I mean, I understand if it's like Mavis's used car discount Toyota, but actual General Motors. Damn.
Yeah. I've got something over here, Creed. If you want to jump from people's cars to willy-nilly crimes, we got some of that going on over here.
Give me just a
With-
second. I want to see.
Judge Fink.
This is Heidi Alexander for the plaintiff.
Great, thank you. And who's here for defense?
Good morning, Your Honor. Judd Von DeLingen again for General Motors.
Fearless.
Fearless.
Mr. Von der Legen, did I get
Von der Legen. What were you doing with my daughter in the back of that car? Were you Von der Legen?
Have been filed.
Her boobies.
Did you see that, Miss Alexander?
I do have a copy of the CMS statement that was filed, but I don't know if it was filed. with the court.
Flexing,
I do
that's
have a
kind of
courtesy copy,
what I'm
though.
thinking. He's sitting there flexing with his cat. Everybody look at my cast and my shoes.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
God, we have a
All right,
packed
so,
house
listen,
in
here, looks like
in
the
Georgia
issue-
today too for first appearances.
Paula, stop! Look at you guys on Facebook already.
Facebook
Killing it.
stepping up big today.
February this year. All right, Miss Alexander, when do you want to try the case?
Next February.
All
should be
right,
fine,
they're
Your
just
Honor.
pushing things around. It's kind of like being over to Judge Cedric Simpson's once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right. You're on house arrest at the Harvey Place location.
Oh,
Okay. And there was
Yes.
a tether.
this lady is the
Well,
yes, she
that
is
you
great. I've
had
seen
gone to
some
the
great
party for
videos with her,
Michigan
by
and
the way.
Wires. That's what the,
It'll be interesting to see if they're gonna do
okay.
anything.
Wait and see.
Ed, you are excused from today's chase.
Please have that note on Tuesday.
Hello, Val. I did almost all day. I actually liked the pit. I didn't think I was going to like the pit thing that they did.
Where's the order? Where's the tether order?
And the race wasn't boring, surprisingly, considering that Texas is just Charlotte. In Texas.
Texas is Charlotte.
It really is, Mikey. It is the spitting image, the front stretch, everything about it. There's slight banking differences. I mean, all the way down to when you look at the grandstands, you look at the towers, you look at the board out in the back stretch. I mean, every single bit of it, except when you're sitting in Charlotte,
Prior to release.
you're looking at a garbage dump behind you.
55 Riley
Wow.
Court. That was from just a few weeks ago.
You stay classy, Charlotte.
All right. That Judge Simpson ordered that.
Not at the moment. It is dark outside and a really
I'm
bad
supposed to be able to work.
Say it one more time, sir.
I said, he told me that I can work, and if I need to go somewhere to call him and let him know. I called him and let him know I was going to the party store to get some soap powder and some toilet paper.
Who did you
Soap
call?
powder.
My agent, I have his number right here, and it's in my phone.
Your file does not show that there are any exceptions, unfortunately. So if there were exceptions, they didn't get
There's zero
put into the
exceptions for
file.
soap powder.
Right.
Okay, so you're being held without bond
You
until
did ask for
Thursday.
powder,
when you can
correct?
see Judge
Soap
Simpson.
powder.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir.
Is that
All right.
Soap powder.
That's for both files. I just wanted to verify that the
Is that
tether
like
was attached
powdered
to both
detergent
files.
for your clothing?
And that'll be
Soap powder.
Thursday at
9
so
a.m.
what-
for the
9
same
a.m.,
time
right.
as the PCC, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
This
thank you.
attorney really wanted to be a basketball player.
She don't play around, this woman, and she's a bit sassy, gives it right back to people. I like this lady. Call on your old shoe phone, Fred.
Hi, what's your name, please?
Christopher Vaughn.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, hello there, Hannah Apple. Hey, I
God,
like them apples.
I thought this was an episode of The Office there for a second, and Pam is pregnant again. A little puffy in the face, but other than that, she almost looks like Pammy.
I mean, she looks like Pam if she had an allergy to shrimp and she just had a big old plate of it.
That's a shrimp allergy face. She's got a shrimp allergy face. Nancy,
Yeah.
88 in sunny Florida. It is dark and 72
Okay, Mr.
degrees.
Gordon, I have your mailing address on Birch Drive in, I guess
Oh,
we have
Larry.
Huron Township or Belleville. I'm not sure
Stars.
which it is.
And Buren Township, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you gave Miss Apple a phone number and an email.
Yes, ma'am.
And is it okay with you if the court uses your phone and your email to have
No problem.
contact with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this lady's
Okay,
no
thank you.
nonsense whatsoever.
This is State of Michigan versus
That was
Christopher Vaughn,
was
214-0491. I have received a petition requesting a court-appointed lawyer. I will sign that. You may proceed when you are ready, Miss Apple.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing with and on behalf of Mr. Vaughn. I have reviewed the complaint, so we'll waive a formal reading and stand mute at this time. I would ask for possible clarification. The complaint was a one-count complaint, but it is showing in JIS that there was an added count of attempted restricting and obstructing an officer.
This guy, he looks harmless.
Okay, that is not on the
Yeah.
complaint.
Well, it is on the
Looks like Joe
complaint. There
Pesci.
was an amendment, so.
Okay, I did not have that portion. That was what I wanted to
So
clarify.
it's a
Like he was
misdemeanor attempted resisting and obstructing.
Okay, thank you, Your
The
Honor.
maximum penalty for that, Mr. Vaughn, is 1 year and or $1,000.
So she's gonna give him a whole year then, knowing her.
Yeah, go ahead, Miss Apple.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, we would be requesting a PR bond for Mr. Vaughn. He is employed, self-employed doing construction, painting and drywalling. He also is enrolled in an outpatient treatment program for his substance abuse, as well as attends AA meetings on a regular basis. He said he tries to go to one every day and is seeing his
Which one was that?
therapist on the issue as well, and
You're
addressing those
enrolled in
matters. We have no objection to the tether, as would be ordered as a condition of bond. He would like to request a sober link if that would be allowed. He stated that
SoberLink is what I order, yeah.
not the Scram tether.
SoberLink is the one you blow in. Is that the one he wants?
That is the one that he wants. Yes.
Yes.
He wants the old blowy.
Yes. So that's what he'd be requesting.
Okay. All right, I will give you a personal bond today, Mr. Vaughn. And while you are on bond, you are not to use alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. You are not to leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. No criminal behavior, no possession of firearms, and I'm ordering a SoberLink tether prior to your release from custody.
But the tether we found out is
Right.
what,
you have any
sweat,
questions
right?
about
Yeah, that's where you wear like an
conditions?
ankle bracelet.
Not at all. And the sober link, it's just, I know it's cheaper right now, times are a little tough. That's why I requested
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Oh
for that.
yeah, that's true. Yes,
And
look,
then your pretrial
Tuesday.
will be next Tuesday,
he was.
May 31st at
9:30.
9:30 a.m.
You
That
just
will
held
be
the word.
over Zoom with the 14A4
Hi, Lynn.
District Court in Saline.
Okay.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Majesty,
you.
I'm
Bye-bye.
sorry.
I forgot about the wedding video.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that a woman?
She has hair like that man we saw get assaulted at the food truck Friday.
I got a
Lots of-
snippet.
There was like 5 locks of hair
on the ground.
on the ground. Yeah, then the assault on the food too. The guy did you see that part when he
I haven't
dropped
got
his-
to watch it yet. No, where he dropped his food.
that one's sad. That was that he
Okay, who's
scoops
next?
it up.
I don't know who the jail wants to go first. I
That
guess
one's
you with the mic, with the glasses, sir, no, your microphone is on, so we'll take you next. What's your name?
Jeffrey Lynn Grady, Grady.
Great name.
Very quick. Somebody is flexing over here with that almost. They want you to think that it's a Louis Vuitton. Well, but it isn't. It's not.
What about the fuzzy thing there? What is that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I was wondering if that's
And
one of
I
those
see
things
that
you
you've
walk
got
around
a phone
with,
number and
like
an
a
email
tail.
address. Is it okay with you if the court uses your
Or
phone
pen.
and your email to contact you?
Not at all, no problem.
All right, so you're here today on
Call
a,
anytime you like. Judge.
allegation that you violated a personal protection order. The case name for that is Shalita Keith versus Jeffrey Grady, 212099 PP. I have received a petition requesting a court-appointed lawyer. I will sign that. You may proceed when you are ready, Miss Apple.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing with and on behalf of Mr. Grady. We would ask if you have the violation
Tether is the
to
one
read that on the
with the
record. Then
It's
we'll address
Soberlink,
that.
the blowy.
Yes, I have a police report that is dated May 20.
Oh, it's worth going
2022,
back and watching.
11:35 PM. Says that the police
Brooklyn
were
got a new pitch.
dispatched to Sandalwood Wood Circle, reference a PPO violation, and that the call from dispatch said that Jeffrey Grady was banging on Shalita Keith's door. When
They're
they
banging
got
on her.
there,
Knock 3
the
times if you
police
want me.
observed a male walking near the leasing center. The male identified himself as Jeffrey Grady.
Nice tip where you
Advised he
had.
left Keith's residence as he was attempting to pick up his belongings.
You in the Mile High Club yet? Asking for Mikey.
And let's see. I spoke with Shalita Keith, who advised Grady showed up and was knocking on her door.
Me
Keith
too.
advised she would not go to the door and instead called the police. So that's the alleged violation.
I probably would have cried.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Alice.
As to bond, I did discuss with Mr. Grady the court's position regarding PPO violations. However, we would ask that a bond be given to Mr. Grady in order for him to return to work. He is employed full-time at Marsh Plating, and he does have much more stable housing right now and just wants to continue that and be able to keep that job at this time while he handles this.
I'll take the tether. I don't want to lose my
Yeah,
job.
I'm not gonna allow any of that, Mr. Grady.
Ooh,
You know, you and I have had this conversation over and over and
you
over
done effed up
again.
now, Grady.
And you know what to do and you know how to do it.
But
And
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was at the shelter, the Delana Center, and I got in contact with her to make a police standby. She had a change of heart, and that's the only reason I was there. She had a change of heart getting my belongings. Other than that, I don't even be around.
yeah, well, this PPO has been in effect since November. You've had lots of time to get your belongings. Miss Keith, I know the two of you have a long and conflicted relationship, but I'm not, I just think you know better, and I know you know better. What's the court
Grady,
date
let's
for
jump to
this
yours
Thursday?
real fast. I would like
Oh,
to change. Hold on. We're jumping out because our friends in Licking County
nice.
are in session. Our good friend Judge Stanberry, of course.
Well, you jump over there, please. Don't forget to like this if you're new here. Subscribe, notifications on. Chases and Cases 5 days a week. We do at least an hour of Zoom court.
It's a risk of discipline to persons by any act that serves no lawful and reasonable purpose after reasonable request to desist. That's commonly known as disorderly conduct. The way they filed it, it's a misdemeanor of the 4th degree. It carries up to 30 days jail, up to a $250 fine. Understand?
Yes.
And how do you wish to plead?
No content.
Say no contest?
Yes.
Now, no contest plea is not an admission of guilt. Can't be used against you later on. But it is an admission of the truth of the facts that have been alleged against you. So I'm going to read through the police report, and if there's enough facts there to support this charge, I will find you guilty. So if you don't think you did anything wrong and you don't want to be found guilty, you need to plead not guilty today. Understand?
I'll plead not guilty then.
What's your current address?
Oh.
210 and a half Lawrence Street.
You get one now.
Lawrence, like the name Lawrence?
She looks a
Yes.
lot like our crazy lady.
And that's here in Newark, I take it?
Yes.
They have a Taylor, Michigan address on your complaint. What's that? What's up with that?
Well, because that's where I lived before.
How long have you lived down here?
Like 6 months.
All right. Let me take a quick look here at the police report, and then we're going to talk about your bond. Okay, so just bear with me.
All right.
I don't know. I wish we had a picture of her.
I mean, it looks a lot like her. I'm not gonna lie.
You guys,
if she took her mask off, I could tell. Because Our Lady was in trouble for disorderly conduct.
look at you guys are pretty sure. Virginia.
The eye. I mean, she kind of. Your first concert must be a hell of a concert if you're flying to it.
Yeah, what's the concert? Tell us, Tiff. We need to know.
Okay, so Ms. Braymack, I'm going to go ahead and release you on your own recognizance on the condition that you not drink any alcohol or use any illegal drugs while the bond is in place. This case will be randomly set after being assigned to a judge, and you're going to get notice of when that's going to be by mail. So make sure the address on your bond paperwork is where you can get your mail. If you want to get an attorney to be appointed to represent you, get the application form from the jail. But I'm fairly certain that when I look your name up, you're not going to be in there on anything else. And it doesn't look like you are. Well, wait a minute.
Double F, if you can pull up a
why
like a side by side,
Hold on a minute.
see if it is. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I don't see you being held on anything else. So you should be released today, which means the jail's not going to submit your application for an attorney for you. That'll be your job to get it down to the clerk of courts here at 40 West Main Street. Do you have any questions today?
No.
Very well. You may go with the officer. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, Mr. Harris.
James Harrison.
Very calm if it was her.
Nah, yeah.
Night and day.
But I mean,
Good afternoon, sir.
you know,
Mr.
a whole
Harrison?
weekend of,
Yes.
being in
Mr.
jail.
Harrison, do you understand your rights in court today?
Yes.
Did you receive a copy of the complaint?
Yes, I'm holding it.
Did you read it? Do you understand what it is you've been
He's never
charged
used
with?
the podium before.
It says
podium etiquette.
a third-degree misdemeanor.
Actually, it's a fourth-degree misdemeanor disorderly conduct. Specifically, the Lincoln County Sheriff alleges that you did recklessly on or about the
He's like,
21st
what's-
day of May of this year within
anger
Granville
shit
Township,
behind this
that you
podium.
did recklessly cause inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm to another by engaging in fighting and threatening harm to persons or property or in violent or turbulent behavior, and failed to cease after a reasonable request to desist. That charge, disorderly conduct, as filed, carries up to 30 days in jail and up to a $250 fine. How do you want to plead?
Could you repeat that?
You can plead guilty, which means you admit that you did it, and if I accept your plea, I'll impose sentence and enter a conviction upon the record. You can plead not guilty, which says I didn't do this, Judge. I want a trial. In which case, I'll set a bond for you, and we'll get a new court date and a judge assigned to it. Or you can plead no contest, which doesn't admit guilt, and
Yes,
can't be
fine,
used
yeah.
against you later on, but does admit the truth of the facts alleged. And if those facts are there, I'm going to find you guilty if you plead no contest. Understand?
I'm not plead guilty.
You want to do a guilty plea?
Hey, old buck.
All right. Well, before I can accept your plea, I need to go over a number of things with you. The first of which is you have the right to be represented by an attorney. And if you couldn't afford one, we would give you one at absolutely no cost. The benefit of having an attorney is somebody who can advise you of any defenses that might be available to you, who could point out any motions that could be made on your behalf, and generally look out for your best interest throughout the course of the case.
There he is,
Do you want to get a lawyer on this?
Fight. Cops showing up.
Yes, please.
Yes? All right. Then we're going to do
Look
a
how
not guilty
shaky
plea.
he is.
Oh, it's like he's in a
No, I'm doing it. I was going to plead guilty.
Yeah, but if you want a lawyer, then I'm going to have to enter a plea of not guilty.
All right, now skip that. Just give me a guilty plea.
So you don't want to do it. You're going to give up your right to
did watch
counsel. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, even without a lawyer, sir, you still have the right to have a trial with a judge or a jury. It's the state's burden to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. But by pleading guilty, you admit that you did it. They don't have to prove anything. You would have had the right to confront your accusers at trial, to cross-examine them, to subpoena your own witnesses at trial, to require them to appear, and also a right not to testify, which, if exercised, wouldn't be counted against you. Understand?
I thought so.
Yes.
If you plead guilty again, you waive
All
all
hot
those
chicks
rights,
look alike.
and I'll simply enter a conviction. And after I give you an opportunity to make a statement, I'll decide what the appropriate sentence should be. Understand?
Yes.
Have you been threatened in any way or promised anything to get you to do what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of anything right now?
No.
And are you a citizen of the United
He's
States
not
of
doing
America?
good at all.
No.
Yes.
All right. Let me take a quick look here at the file, and then I'm going to give you an opportunity to make a statement.
figured
if you
it
like.
out.
If the TV, the camera angle goes to the courtroom, I'm still here. Just it randomly goes from place to place. So bear
Oh,
with
yeah,
me.
probably withdrawals. You're right, TK. Hey, think about that.
I mean, he is,
Shakes. Yeah, that's
he's
exactly
shake,
what it is. He's sober.
rattle and roll.
Really been in there the entire weekend drying out. Just real quick, I want to say this poor guy over here with his office. He's got his chair moved. I've been watching him. He's got papers. He's got the laptop on his lap, and then another. I mean, get the dude a desk, would you? And then the murderer back there in the back row. So,
That brought his mother with him to court.
keep an eye on him. I feel bad for the dude with his office, though. I mean,
No respect. I mean, really. Zero respect for that man.
He's got a giant piss jug ready to go at any moment, though, right in court if he needs to. You see it down there, the big thermos?
Pro
He
move.
has to go, and go.
By the way, while we're waiting for the judge to look at this, please like this video. We need you to do that. And unfortunately, if you don't, well, it could be the end of the show. Just being honest.
Well, wouldn't you?
Maybe he wasn't really trying to start a fight, Creed. Maybe he just thought his shaking was
He just came walking up to him like this.
you want someone to this? He looks like a bully. Looks like the guy yelling.
Okay, so Mr.
his grass by accident.
Harrison, I'll give you an opportunity to make a statement if you like before I impose sentence, but you're not required to. Is there anything you want to say about what happened?
We were leaving the grocery store Saturday morning,
Oh, he's going to tell us a story.
and we had a little argument when we got in the parking lot about a credit card that was used. That my wife kind of took it from me and didn't tell me she had it. And once I realized that, I took it back. This was about a year ago, and she saw me using it at the store. And
You remember that it was a
I got
sack?
mad at me. We got down the road and got in a little argument, and that's when she kind of swiped at me a few times, and I kind of pushed her back out of my way because I was driving. And
He
she
applied
never
pressure
called the
point.
police on me.
No,
There
there was
was
a
the
person in the
person.
vehicle following you that actually called the police.
Yeah. So we went home and just unloaded our groceries and kind of went about our business.
Nope.
And that was kind of end of it until the sheriffs came in.
Are you employed?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I work for a communications company that wires cell towers.
Man,
Like
he's up
Verizon?
on top of a tower.
Yeah, according to this narrative report, this says that you have this week off.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. Creed, I don't have a really good eye on what happened. Other than the moment he pushed his wife, this is all we could come up with. That's all she saw was his hand, and yeah, it's as good as it gets on that one.
And let's see, you got arrested yesterday or no? Saturday, right?
Saturday morning.
Somebody saw you roughing up your wife and called the cops on you, Shaky.
I mean, it must have been a little bit more than just a little tussle for somebody to call the cops. You know what I mean? And I love how he starts off the story like as if it was yesterday, like 2 days ago.
That was a year ago, and she saw me use that credit card. So basically, it boils down to
Is it
his
just the
wife.
two of you who live there out on Lee's Road?
Caught him with the
Yes.
card he wasn't supposed to have. You told me you didn't have that credit card anymore. Mind your business. His
So I
big
put my
ham hands.
OnlyFans on, honey. Leave it alone.
Yeah. This is for private use only. His big ham.
All right, Mr. Harrison, here's what we're going to do. Having accepted your plea of guilty and entered a conviction on the record, I'll send you to serve 30 days in jail. I'll suspend 28 of those days, give you credit for the 2 days that you've already done, but I'll put you on probation for a year. starting today.
God bless.
Specific terms and conditions include a requirement that you undergo a drug and alcohol assessment and follow up with any recommended counseling until released in writing. You're also going to be required to successfully complete an anger management program as directed by the probation department.
That's a good idea.
You're not having any violent contact with Karen Harrison, so I'm not putting a complete ban on any contact. But if it gets out of control, even if no charges are formally filed, it could be a violation of your probation. You could end up serving those other 28 days. You need to maintain employment and keep current mailing address on work phone number on file at all times. The fine will be $150. I'm going to order that you pay the court costs. So by the time you get processed out of there today, the probation department is going to be closed. So you need to swing down there tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, and they'll get you set up as far as that's concerned. So do you have any questions today, Mr. Harrison?
Will that be reporting probation or not?
It'll be up to the probation department. I don't dictate that typically.
Mr.
Because
Honor,
they'll know you a lot better than I do
Line
right
or
now
record?
after that you fill out some paperwork for them and have an interview.
Yes.
Any other questions, sir?
No, I'll just be down there at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Tomorrow morning at the City Building, 40 West Main.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Harrison.
Well, I
Good
thought
luck.
that his vacation this week was
All
going to.
right, next we have Rocky Hess.
Yeah. You on vacation, bud? Are you?
Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Hess, do you understand your rights in court today?
Yes, I do.
Did you get a copy of the complaint that was filed against you here?
Yes, I do.
Did you read it? You understand you've been charged with a single count of domestic violence as a first-degree misdemeanor?
He's got a
Yeah,
wife.
this is my first time having this charge. I've only been here on my own country bond. And I got a cousin in my Lincoln Hospital in the ICU unit.
What?
Okay, hold on a minute, because you were saying quite a bit and I didn't catch all of it. So, first and foremost, it's alleged that on or about the 21st day of May of this year within the city of Newark and in Lincoln County, Ohio, you knowingly caused or attempted to cause physical harm to a family or household member, specifically Kelly Abdullah. Now, it's an
Get
M1,
wound
up
up,
to
lad.
180 days jail, up to $1,000 fine. So do you want to plead not guilty, guilty, or no contest?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. All righty. And what is your address?
78 Fleet Avenue, Newark, Ohio. 43055.
Are you working these days?
No, I'm on disability.
That's right.
That's right.
And what else were you saying about recognizance bond? You have to go somewhere?
I wanted to get a constant bond with my cousin who only had an ICU.
Huh?
I want to go see him. And I've been in trouble for a long time, Your Honor.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. That's a good thing.
I've been out of trouble for a long time.
Yeah, a couple days.
There you are. Do you know you have a holder on you?
Yeah, that's in Hodges County. I got my brother take me up there. She don't get out of here.
All right, let me
But
take
happened
you.
when,
Go ahead.
what happened when my brother had children. Well, I had to go see him, and he could take me up there at the same time, and they did at the same time. That's why I keep the court date. I have no certification, I have no license, no, I have no vehicle. He does.
What'd you say?
Huh?
So yeah, I'm planning to go up there, get that taken care of too.
I used to love him when he was on Howard Stern.
I believe I have some subtitles for you there.
Ah. I like that. At least
subtitles.
we know what he said now.
Like I said, I've been on top for a long time. But yeah, that's why I won't be back here. I won't get something more.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and set a bond for you here. Give me 1 second.
Could you imagine?
All right. I'm going to get my own country bond.
You're eligible. I have to make that decision here in a moment.
Okay. Thank you.
Naughty Nancy, they wipe it down between each one like it's a like a carnival ride.
Yeah, of course.
You came in at a great time.
All right, Mr. Hess, here's what I'm going to do. I will release you on your own recognizance, provided you have no violent contact with Kelly
hot
Abdullah.
damn, he's
So I'm
out.
not putting on a complete prohibition on any contact. But if it gets out of hand and the cops come, even if you don't get charged with anything, you could have your bond revoked and you'd be stuck down there.
I'm not gonna touch it again.
Mr. Hess, if you're going to be going for court-appointed counsel, get the application form from the jail. But I'm not sure, you're probably not going to be able to get out because they're going to come pick you up from whatever county has your warrant, right?
No, you gotta call that county and see if I get out and see if I can come up there. My brother took me up there, he does say he would.
Well, all I can tell you is the jail roster says you have a holder, and typically they'll contact the county that has that holder warrant and say, you're going to come get him. And if they say yes, they're allowed to hold you for at least a couple of days to give the other county a chance to get you. So you may not be going anywhere just yet. All right? All right, Mr. Hess, this will be randomly assigned to a judge and set for a trial. If you're going for counsel, make sure you fill out your application now while you're still subject to the holder and ask whether or not they'll send it down here for us. Other than that, you can go with the officer, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Seriously,
Hess.
though, it is like it's like the greatest hits of people that you would want to come to
Good
your
afternoon,
court.
sir. Are you Mr.
in
Heights?
this county.
Yes, sir.
And Mr.
Mr.
Heights, do you
Neckbeard.
understand your rights in court today?
Yes, I do.
And did you receive a copy of the new complaint?
Yes, sir.
Did you read it? Do you understand you've been charged with violation of a protection order?
I'm confused on how I violated that when she
Let
filed
me
it.
rephrase. Do you understand that that's the charge that's been filed? Not why, but do you understand that's the charge that's been filed?
Yes, sir.
All right. First degree misdemeanor. That's up to 180 days, up to $1,000 fine. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
And what is your current address?
4450 Walnut Avenue, Buckeye Lake, Ohio.
Somebody
Is there a
tell
P.O.
Deborah
box?
to refresh in the.
1611.
What's the zip out there?
43008.
Are you employed?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I work at the KOA and live there.
Oh,
the KOA, baby.
Campground, baby.
All right. Give me a second. I need to look something up before I even start looking at this case.
Which one?
Yes,
How's
sir.
the fishing?
For real though, this jail, I couldn't imagine.
It just
Maybe
keeps
we've had
giving.
one or two semi-normal people come through this podium. Maybe out of
Is
all
this
that we've seen.
County got like a huge.
All right. Let me take a quick look here at the file, then you and I are going to talk about bond.
Yes, sir.
I want to take a tour of licking in this area. Get an idea. Yes, he's
weird.
playing the confused card, I think.
I'm not sure what's going on. I was out playing 18 holes when I was arrested.
You can still hear him in the background mumbling away. Nigel, the KOA, it's a camping.
Okay, so without getting into what may or may not have happened here, Mr. Heights, is there anything you want to say about bond itself?
I honestly can't afford a bond. I don't believe I did anything wrong. I got a letter stating that the CPO was non and void because her boyfriend was beating her. So I'm really confused on why I'm incarcerated.
Well, they're alleging that there is an order. They're alleging that you violated it. They would have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt at this point if you're not guilty plea. Let me take a
court
quick.
on the 17th.
Beg pardon?
I'm sorry. We had court on the court date on the 17th where she dropped it. That's where I'm really confused.
I need to take a quick look at this too, so bear with me here.
Yes, sir.
How'd we end up with the empty chair? What? I haven't seen that one yet.
That was a
the rotation.
ghost testifying in this matter. Wouldn't it be great if this guy was wrongly arrested?
The judge is looking at it. I mean, every once in a while, I suppose something like that happens. I highly doubt that, though. But this dude seems pretty sane.
Yeah,
he's not twitching. He's not itching.
Other than looking really weird with his beard.
Well, he's got that Licking County look, but
Licking County boy.
Did he actually? Did he say it that way? I didn't catch it.
Oh yeah, he's like, well, you know, they got to prove their case. Now they've arrested you for it.
Yeah, no, KOA is just a, I guess some would call it a travel park or an RV park, camping resort where Mikey goes and he fishes and he rents a small cabin.
I love a good KOA. Oh.
I do. I see what you guys mean because it does. It says Randy Thorpe, sheriff. You know, so I mean, it is. Do you think that the sheriff actually stands there and?
All right, so Mr. Hikes, two things are going on here. One is this new case, which I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, conditioned upon you are required to abide by any CPO that's in place, and you're not to consume any alcohol or drugs. Now, there is a holder on you from an older case in our court, and I was the judge on that. They're going to make a decision probably within the next 24 hours whether or not to file a motion to revoke your probation in that case. If they do file that, you'll get a copy of it telling you exactly what they claim you did to violate, and you'll be brought before Judge George around this time tomorrow and given an opportunity to either admit or deny the violation. If they decide not to pursue a full-blown PV, then they're going to drop their holder and you're going to get out, and the only thing that you have to worry about, at least on the front burner, is this case. So you're not going to get out today unless they drop that holder. Understand?
What's the hold for?
Probably because you got arrested for a first-degree misdemeanor.
But I'm off probation. Everything got closed out. I completed all my stuff.
If that's accurate, then that's a pretty damn good defense to getting it revoked. If it's not accurate and you're mistaken about that, they still have to prove the violation by a preponderance of the evidence. So this case is going to be randomly assigned to a judge, set for a trial. You're going to get notice when that's going to be. I like how you just said that's a pretty
damn good defense
unless a lawyer gets involved.
Yeah, you already done
it. The application for court-appointed counsel down there at the jail, but if you are released, you have to get it turned in. They're going to be holding you based on a new PV. Then the jail should send it down here for you. But the main thing is, don't sit on that. Get that filled out right away. Any questions?
Just I'll be back in court tomorrow to find out what's going on.
If they file. If they don't file, then they're going to drop that holder. And I'll tell you what, I'll make it an additional condition of your probation that if released, you're to report immediately to the probation department. All right?
Okay. Even though I was told I completed probation by my probation officer.
I don't know what your PO told you, and sometimes we hear what we want to hear as opposed to what was actually said. All I know is they'll have to prove that you were on probation and subject to the terms before you could be revoked for anything.
Okay.
Any other questions today?
No, sir.
Very well, Mr. Heights, may go to the officer. Thank you.
I think his thing is that he's incarcerated at the moment. That's the bitch of it.
Yeah.
I think
Next up is going to be a
chain
Alistair
of reaction
Moore.
of everything. Come on down, Alice.
Good afternoon, sir. Are you Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Moore, you understand your rights in court today?
Yes, sir.
All right. I don't know if you've ever been arraigned on this old ticket from
Definitely
2020 or not. I'm trying to look and see. I think you have been.
No, sir. I'm not.
Licking County current inmate list with all of their
It looks
charges.
like every
and
time
all of
you get picked up on a warrant, they release you on your own recognizance, and then you don't show up for your next court date. So anyway, we're going to take this one from the top.
Display of license plates,
First and
misdemeanor,
foremost, you
driving
understand your rights.
suspension, non-compliance.
Did they give you a copy of the ticket when you got taken into custody?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
All right. You understand that it's alleged that on or about December the 3rd of the year 2020 at approximately 9:32 p.m., you were alleged to be driving a red 2007 Honda on Georgian Drive near Shannon Drive in Edna Township, Lincoln County, Ohio, while under a license forfeiture or a suspension, and also that you had your license plate lights or license plates improperly displayed. That second charge is a minor misdemeanor, so there's nothing
Hey,
that goes
that
along
helps,
with
though.
that other
Yeah.
than a fine of $150.
BRB.
Based upon your previous driving record, and let's take a look and see what they're claiming.
See how good it looks.
Suspension is.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good size.
Yeah, it
home
looks like
truck.
they're claiming a non-compliance.
Is he covered in tattoos?
Which, let's see what you got here. As far as priors are concerned, 'cause
Today
that
to
dictates
evict
the
a family
seriousness of the
four.
charge.
Oh no!
AK is 21, so no, that doesn't count. And the other ones are too old.
Yeah, that's it.
Excuse me.
Oh, well.
Okay, so the license charge is unclassified. That means there's
Good
no
luck
jail
with
time
that.
associated with that charge either. So, how do you want to plead? Not guilty, guilty, or no contest?
There's no jail time with any of these charges?
No.
Guilty, guilty.
Okay, now you don't have to plead guilty. You're presumed to be innocent of the charges. It's the state's burden to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. If they couldn't prove it, you couldn't be found guilty. You have right to a trial with the judge, but not a jury because there's no jail. And you have the right to hire an attorney, but not ask for one for free. Got it?
Yeah, guys, you no contest now or whatever. I mean,
No
it's easiest-
contest. The only difference between what's going to happen if you plead no contest versus guilty is you're not admitting that you're guilty if you plead no contest, and these charges or the fact that you're pleading no contest couldn't be held against you in the future. But if the facts are in the court file and they're sufficient on a no contest plea, I'm still going to find you guilty. Understand?
Yeah, what's the best option here? Do you
I
think?
can't give you legal advice. You have to decide for
Was he
yourself.
your attorney? I'm not good at that, Your
Guilty.
Honor.
Yes, yeah, guilty.
And you realize that if you plead guilty, you admit to committing the offense. They don't have to prove anything, and you'll give up your right to a trial.
Yes, sir.
And are you a citizen of the United States of America?
See.
Are you a citizen of this country?
I believe so.
Okay. Any reason to believe that you aren't? Were you born here? In the United States? All right, then it doesn't matter where your folks are from. You're an American citizen. Okay, so the $64,000 question is, how come this has taken a year and a half to get taken care of?
I'm not from here.
Well, you got picked up enough on the warrant and then let go and told to
I'm
show up
not
the next
from here,
day.
Your
So
Honor.
clearly, you've been around,
Gets around.
right?
Yeah, yeah, it's a huge county though. Like I walk everywhere, literally.
You employed?
Sometimes, yes.
Duh.
Where do you live? What's your address?
My mailing address would be 6855 Steeman Road.
But you don't stay there.
Really?
Sometimes.
Okay. Well, that
Who lives
explains
there?
a lot.
That's my grandparents.
Are they proud of you?
I'm
Sure, he gets a lot of mail, by the way.
It's just been a last couple of years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't. Please explain. Things have been pretty normal for the rest of the country. How about you, bud?
Last year.
What's weird?
Years.
What's weird? Go ahead. We're listening.
You just got arrested this morning at 3:30.
Yes, sir.
And where were you when they arrested you?
I was at Kroger's.
In Pataskla?
Yes, sir. And
Reynoldsburg?
Yeah, Reynoldsburg, yeah.
So how come the police had contact with you?
Because I guess
Barely.
me sitting under a street lamp in a well-lit area where everyone can see me try and fix my bike tire, that's someone called in and said I was being suspicious. Yeah, every time.
He looks suspicious.
All righty. Well, here's what we're going to do, Mr. Moore. It looks like this is the only reason you're in jail, at least for now. I don't see any other charges. So let's put this thing to bed. $150 fine and court costs on the driver's license charge, an additional $15 fine on the license plates. You have any questions? So you're just getting fines. I'm not ordering community service or suspending your right to drive or anything like that. No, nor am I giving you any type of jail term. Just the fine and cost. I'll tell you how much they are down there. Any other questions?
We're saying Lincoln? Nope, we're saying
You may go with the
Lincoln
officer.
County.
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Thank you.
mellow. Well, that went well for him.
Julie
I
Morris.
felt like he did well.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. You Mr. Morris?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Morris, it looks like you have two separate complaints in this case. Did you get a copy of those?
No, I didn't.
All right. In the first count, the Buckeye Lake Police Department alleges that on or about May the 22nd of this year, within the village of Buckeye Lake and in Lincoln County, Ohio, that you did in a public place refuse to disclose your name, address, or date of birth when requested by a law enforcement officer who reasonably suspects that the person has committed, or is about to commit a criminal offense. That's commonly known as failure to disclose personal information. It is a 4th-degree misdemeanor. The second count alleged by the police, at same time, same location, alleges that you recklessly caused inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm to another by hindering or preventing the movement of persons on a public street, road, highway, or right-of-way, or to, from, within, upon public or private property, so as to interfere with the rights of others, and by any other act that serves no lawful or reasonable purpose. That is known as disorderly conduct. That is a minor misdemeanor. The maximum penalty is a $150 fine. On the failure to disclose, that's a 4th-degree misdemeanor. If I didn't say it before, that's up to 30 days and a $250 fine. So do you understand that those are the charges?
Yes.
And how do you want to plead?
Not guilty.
Say not guilty?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you idiot. Now you got to go to trial.
He's got some thick glasses, doesn't he?
All right, let me take a quick look here at the file.
He's looking into the future to tell us that he's going to be found not guilty.
And you guys know this. We love to jump around, but I do not want to leave here.
No, I feel like we leave, we're going to miss something.
I want to see his entire docket every day. It's just too good. It's one after another. I mean, seriously, this is like watching a greatest hits album unfold.
All right. What is your current address?
160 Elliott Avenue, Buckeye Lake, Ohio.
What did he say that last word?
43008.
Buckeye Lake. It's Ohio. Buckeye.
What's your P.O. box?
1871.
All righty. Are you going to be asking for a court-appointed counsel?
Yeah.
All right. Get an application form from the folks there at the jail, but I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. And since you're getting out, well, let me verify that. Morris, Julie.
The way to do it.
Yep. Looks like these are the only charges holding you, so you should be released today. But since you are, that means you've got to turn in your application for counsel. Don't wait until the day of trial to deal with that. But you'll get a letter telling you when your next court date is at the address that you give us your mailing address. So make sure it's correct. Any questions?
No, sir.
Very well. You may go with the officer, Mr. Morris. Thank you.
Thank you.
You got a little.
And that'll bring us to William Stanley.
Fading out, and he got a little. I saw it.
Did too.
Good afternoon, sir. You Mr. Stanley?
Good afternoon,
Oh,
sir.
look at that
You
another
understand your
eight-footer.
rights in court today?
Yes.
And did you receive a copy of the 2 complaints that were filed against you?
Yes.
Did you read them, and do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, I read it, I understand.
All right. Looks like we got criminal trespass as a 4th-degree misdemeanor. That's up to 30 days, $250 fine. And you got an open container complaint. That's a minor misdemeanor. That's a maximum $150 fine.
Shocking.
How do you want to plead?
Not guilty, sir.
And what's your current address?
3141 Ridley Tract is spelled RIDGLEY Road,
Wouldn't you
East
just go ahead
Ohio,
and pay the $150?
43056.
Be done with it.
You
Yeah,
say
really.
3141?
Yes.
That's liquor money, though.
Ridley Tract.
They'll let you make payments, I bet.
Let me take a quick look here at the file.
End of an era.
I think we were the only people that covered that too.
For real, Mikey said that. Like, is there some like nuclear waste dump around there or something? I
mean, it was said earlier
Okay.
that it's a big meth county, so it's a big mess.
Not guilty.
old.
Are they
phone
making
ringing?
money there? What is that? A printing press in the background?
Okay, so here's what we're going to do, Mr. Stanley. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance.
fine, Rebecca.
This case will be randomly assigned to a judge and set for a trial. Until and unless a lawyer gets involved, all notices are going to go to you. So make sure that address on your bond paperwork is correct. And don't dilly-dally with getting lawyer. You have to get it turned in.
Don't
since
pussyfoot.
Since you're not going to be held. Don't wait until the day of trial to deal with getting an attorney. Understand?
Don't dilly-dally.
I got you.
All right, Mr. Stanley. Any other questions today?
No, sir.
Very well. You may go with the officer. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day, sir.
You too. Sue, I'll see you in 2 weeks. No.
Hey,
it's
see
my
you
week
2
next
weeks.
week. So I will see you next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Oh, he said see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, I should be here. I mean,
Yes,
unless
yes.
something happens to me.
Okay, well, I hope nothing happens, because it'll probably be a terrible day.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Oh.
Well, maybe
Okay.
everybody will behave themselves this weekend.
All right, well, if you call in sick, let me know so I can call in sick too.
You got it. Court will stand in recess. Take care.
Oh. Oh.
And I think they may already.
By the way, I have no idea what's going on over here, but again, I just love ones like this that are you just see everything that's going on.
Has a release condition if she's able to post the $1,000 bond.
Nobody came up and stood nose to nose with the judge today.
I like that the little podium right there is like an afterthought. You see how it's like different wood?
Yeah, it's on wheel.
It's like a snowboard right there in front of.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think they.
Yeah, that
I
looks
think they
weird.
can get it quicker than a week once it's ordered, but I'll order that she not be released until she's able to be fitted with an ankle monitor.
But you can't be trusted, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. I probably should have asked Mr. Nelson if he had any objection to that, but do you have any objection?
Look at him with his beard.
Okay.
Post the bond. I think she should be released.
Okay. Your objection is noted.
Home at last. Home at last.
Oh,
Our police says home at last.
I'm going to set case management.
They need to
conference
boost
in
their audio in that courtroom. I know that. Hey, he now. Judge
Um,
Jason, ladies and gentlemen, and Jared.
I put $1,500 bond. So your total bond this one time is
house
giving
today.
you the opportunity to think about
Of course,
taking the
80%.
right path of life. So total bond will be $3,000 regular bond. And I'm not going to add any special conditions to that. I'm just telling you, you need to do what it takes to get your driver's license
Hey,
reinstated.
that's
and
what they
stop
were saying.
driving
It's a
as soon as
long
you
weekend and
get
it's a
worse
party
for you.
weekend and it's
All right.
okay. I
Let's take
forgot
your
about
excuse
that.
report.
That's why it's Tuesday. Don't forget, probably no court on Monday. I don't know.
Somebody will be kicking it. We'll see.
Robert Broderick.
Glad you made it home safe, Lisa. Really don't.
I told you it was a snowboard. When you see, you
All right,
can't.
Mr. Broderick, you're before the court. Warrants outstanding from April 4th, 2022. You have 2 warrants that begin with 22W006257. The first warrant charges you with theft by deception. In this case, someone's credit card allegedly, and then you're charged with financial transaction for using the victim's credit card pretty much for purchasing a refrigerator from Home Depot. Your criminal history that I'm showing is you have 5 cycles of criminal history.
Does
You
he
have
get to keep
I'm
it?
not sure what this is based on, but you have a 2011 and 2014 failure to appear. So that means that he may have had some other criminal history prior to that. I'm not sure if they were misdemeanors, but I'll let the state supplement any information. Ms. Sapp?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is seeing that Mr. Broderick has 5 cycles. He had in 2004 in DeKalb, 1 count of financial transaction card theft, and the disposition is dead docket. And in 2007 in Cobb, he was arrested on 2 counts of giving false name and 1 count of driving while license suspended. He was sentenced to 18 months probation. And I'm not sure if the failures to appear are in relation to any of those 2 cycles.
Okay, thank you. What's the state's recommendation? I'm sorry, missed on bond.
The state is going to recommend $3,000 with special conditions, no contact with the victim, and do not return to the Lowe's at 4950 Peachtree Road Northeast.
His wife? Home Depot?
Given that he was arrested on 1 count of financial transaction theft before, the state has concerns about him reoffending, committing a new felony while on bond, and the state will recommend the special condition and a certain amount of bond in this case.
Thank you,
Free refrigerator.
Thank you, Your Honor. We have reached an agreement with the state, so we would ask the court to set a bond as the state has requested. As for favorable information for Mr. Broderick, he is 35 years old. He's originally from New York, but has lived in Georgia for the last
Damn
15
Yankees
years,
coming here to
so
the
nearly
South.
his entire adult
Effing
life.
everything
For the
up.
last few years, he's been living at an address in Georgia with his long-term girlfriend. He does appear to have fairly strong ties to the community, Your Honor. He is gainfully employed and well educated as well. He owns his own home repair company, and he's been operating that for about 2.5 years now.
But yet he's still
He's also a high school graduate, and he has a bachelor's degree in computer science. I think, as the court noted, it looks like he's had minimal recent criminal history. I don't believe, based on what I have in front of me, that he's had any new charges since those FTAs that we're seeing. So it appears that he isn't a danger to the community and of minimal risk to reoffend.
Yes, it is, of course.
So we would ask the court to go forward with a negotiated resolution.
All right, thank you. I'm going to, Mr. Broderick,
Anything
comply with
south
the
of
state's
Mason-Dixon.
recommendation that you're to not have any contact with the victim. I'm not sure if you even know the victim. It's kind of unclear. But with that being said, seems like you've got everything on track. And even though they've consented to a $3,000 because you have a prior, I'll go ahead and accept that. So the theft by deception will be a $2,000 regular bond, and the financial transaction card fraud will be $1,000. Your total bond is $3,000. Sounds like you're educated and doing life otherwise, but
Educated in
for
life and
felony. Okay, so I hope everything
not
goes
very good
better
at
going
theft.
forward. And if you'll sign the special conditions, no contact with the victim.
Shorty
Raining here too, Chris. Thunderstorm rolling through. That's all right. It keeps it nice and cool. And Cree doesn't have to water any
We have
flowers.
Erica Brown before the
Always.
court. Ma'am, give me one moment to pull up your charges.
It's a sign and save, Judge.
Okay, thank you, Jordan.
And Judge, also the printer at the jail isn't working. Could you by chance print to the office?
Can I print at the office? I think I can. I'll go back, okay?
Okay.
I'll go back and print. Let's go ahead and start where we are. And I should be able to. I think they fixed my printer.
You seem to be doing great.
All right, so ma'am, you're before the court, Ms. Brown, under warrant 22W007808. That warrant alleges that you committed the offense of aggravated assault, family violence. Let's see. And the warrant alleges this happened on May 21st in the city of Lithonia. Let me see. I don't think I've seen reviewed this one yet. Hold on one moment.
I call a mistrial of Mr. Honor.
Down on me.
All right, so you're charged with aggravated assault, I guess, to your partner in this case, who is the victim. I show you have 9 cycles of criminal history, but most of them are giving false names. You do have some criminal history out of Arkansas, 12 cycles, but they're older, more forgery.
First of
and,
many, Jim.
theft cases, but I don't show any prior domestic violence related cases. But this one, of course, appears to be serious. Ms. Sapp, can I hear from the state, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is recommending $15,000 and no contact with the victim in this case.
Hitting hard.
The facts alleged on the warrant, they are serious. So the state is recommending a high bond in this case, given that it appears that the victim was strangulated to the point that she passed out and urinated on herself. So the state is recommending a high bond with a special condition.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Mills?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I would like to provide some context
Just the
here
hit
for Ms.
screen.
Brown. From the information that I have, she did call the police 2 times this evening. There was a lot of things going on with the alleged victim in this case. They were acting erratic. And by the time that police arrived, I do want the court to know that Ms. Brown does suffer from PTSD. She served in the Army, and I will get into that a little bit later. But when police arrived, she did
Now
have
she's serving a pass.
reaction due to the PTSD because of some things that have happened in her past. So this was a terrifying evening for everyone involved. This is not the type of person Ms. Brown is, especially given her criminal history. There's nothing violent in her history, no allegations of domestic violence whatsoever. But Your Honor, Ms. Brown is 35 years old and has been in Georgia for the last 6 years. She's been at that address in Lithonia since February of this year, and she does have a 16-year-old daughter who attends Decatur High School. She's lived all over the country as she was in the Army. She was honorably discharged about 6 years ago, so she has had different addresses in California, Louisiana, Texas,
You gotta
and
work hard for
Alaska,
that.
though that, of course, is just the nature of her previous job. So she does have strong ties to Georgia now and does intend to remain here. Currently, she has been working as the general manager at a Title Max in Decatur. She's been doing that job for the last 3 years, so that is a stable job that she can return to She did graduate from high school in 2004 and then went on to earn her bachelor's degree in biology at the University of Alaska. So, Your Honor, given her strong ties to Georgia and the community, her lack of any history whatsoever with allegations of violence or domestic violence, we are requesting bond in the amount of $2,000 so Ms. Brown can get back to work, keep taking care of her 16-year-old daughter, and make sure that her 16-year-old daughter does indeed graduate from Decatur High School.
All right, one of the questions I have is that they're both living in the same home, and as you know, I'm inclined to do a stay away order from the alleged victim.
Yes, you do.
So
yeah, you do.
I'm not sure what the living circumstance is. If her 16-year-old child is there and she lives there,
I'll
I'm going to give her.
I'll have the
a trip with
Vincent,
the officer to pick up her
Give me
personal
the
belongings for safety of the victim. But do you have any information about the residents? Like they live there together, she living with the victim living with her. It's still going to be a stay away. But what I generally do in these type of cases is that if the victim vacates the house voluntarily, then the accused can return home with an escort from the police. But I'm not sure if you have any other information with regard to whether or not the victim intends to leave the home, or if the state has any information. I don't have any, so I would have to issue a stay away.
I do have the alleged victim's contact number, though I haven't had time to reach them this morning, so I haven't had any victim contact. I'm not sure about Miss Sapp. I'm happy to try to get in touch, though.
I don't believe they live together any longer. They used to live together.
Oh, okay. Well then, so ma'am, my order
How are
is
they
going to
partners?
be to stay away from the victim. I'm not sure.
We call those FWBs.
The information in the warrant, let me just look at it. I'm going to go ahead. It says did commit while she was sleeping, and you allegedly committed the strangulation while she was sleeping. And so that leads me to believe, I don't know if she was just visiting your house or she lived at your home, or if the two of you live together. That's really significant information.
Worst
But
sleepover ever.
right now, if she's living
Kidding.
in your home, I'm going to grant you a $10,000 regular bond. Somebody will have to post about $1,000 through a bonding company due to the nature of the allegations, and you're to stay away and have absolutely no contact whatsoever with the victim in this case. Even if she reaches out to you, this is where people make the mistake. When I, as a judge, tell you you're to have no contact with the victim, you can have no contact. Sounds like things were already strained in your relationship with this victim. Even if she reaches out to you and you respond, you're violating the order and you could be rearrested, especially if another incident escalates to this
That
extent.
can make people go crazy.
I'm going to give you one trip with the officer to remove your personal belongings. I will make a notation. If the one trip with officer reveals that victim has vacated
Possibly some of my worst work yet.
the home,
I tried to do
accused
POV and it
can
didn't work out.
return to her home.
You got the
But if
boobs
she's
right
there, you're gonna have to find, I know this is difficult, but we have to protect the victim. In this case, the victim is the one that allegedly, was strangled. So one trip with the police officers, and the way that works is you call.
I hope
the
they had
local
rubber
authorities,
sheets on that
they'll
bed.
escort you to your home. On your special conditions, it's going to say
Hello,
that
Bob.
when they go there, they can look
Bob.
around and see if she's not there, none of her property's there, and she's not living there, then you can return to your
I'll
home
have
with
to
your
put that on
daughter.
my Amazon
However,
list for
if she
you
does
guys.
live there, you're gonna have to get one trip with the officers and use that one trip to leave your home. If you find out the victim is vacated later, then you can request an officer escort to confirm that the victim has vacated the home. But other than that, that's the best I could do in this case. So $10,000 regular bond, sign the special conditions, no contact with the victim, and that would be it. So go ahead and sign the special conditions, and then we'll have the special conditions reviewed by Jordan. If everything's
Terrible,
okay, I'll go
terrible
ahead and
sleepover,
print them.
Creed.
Terrible sleepover is right. We'll jump over here to one of our
Low-hanging fruit.
faves. However, this is not the double dirty door. It's only one
What's that guy doing over
Slightly.
there? Justin this up?
dirty door.
That's an issue too, huh?
I think they
Well,
just finished up.
I mean,
I've got no objection to continuing it. It's just,
I don't know. She's mad though.
what is the court's position on that with the new policy?
well, I know our new policy, but by the same token, it
cold.
sounds like there's some issues because we'd have to wait for the police officer. Yeah, I mean,
There's a lot of
if the person's ill, they couldn't help it. It's not like,
Hey, girls.
She does sound particularly ill. She has a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Yeah, this is
Your client here?
only one dirty door here, though.
We'll bring him up.
Same
You're gonna be
courthouse,
okay
though,
with
sure.
this, Your Honor?
Yeah.
And a judge with a great voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Roseanne, everybody.
While he's being transported, I can call if he matters.
Okay.
All right. So Mr. Thomas Lee McCann, he's FTA.
Oh, Mr. McCann, we've not heard from him.
No.
We'll give him an invite. Mr. McCann.
You have that, McCann?
Oh, that would be,
Closing
Keaton, and he came up, but it wasn't.
I figured he wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Call the case of people of the state of California versus Thomas McCann,
No.
CR 2101
I
1236.
figured he wouldn't.
I'm reappointing the public defender's office. Ms. Serrano is present.
Yeah, they're
Ms.
all-
Cabell will be here from the DA's office. Based on the report, I find probable cause to believe he's in violation of probation for failing to report. Accordingly, probation's revoked, bench warrant in the amount of $100,500 day or night service. We also need to get Mr. Naylor up here too, so.
Mr.
We'll
Naylor.
get Naylor if we can, and then.
Great
Blair.
name.
So
Nah.
based on the instructions
get-
from the bailiff, Your Honor, I can call
Did somebody a slip of a
Keels,
finger, maybe?
who's ready, and that would be with Miss.
I thought I took care of that problem.
I don't understand.
Anybody? Anybody?
Who wants to admit they did it?
Hey,
And They
Dustin.
never have that for anyone else.
And then Mr. Gomes would be a Prop 63. which
It
is
happens
paid
from time to
today
time,
and
Vinny,
something
sorry.
in 30 days 'cause of the
Wasn't
Section
us.
89.
We're fine mods.
In custody.
First name Woody, last name
So what's
Naylor.
happening on Keels?
Yes, go for it.
What's gonna happen on that?
The committee did finally provide an offer, but there was.
Terminator again?
We're not gonna reject it, we just wanna let them know if there's a potential consideration.
Do I need to go unban him
Seven
real
days,
quick?
we'd appreciate that.
Please do.
All right, give
Oh,
me
the case of People versus Byron Keels. This is case
Do
CR.
I need to pull you to the side now, Terminator? Come on.
Or he's here with his attorney, Ms. Serrano, Ms. Molina.
Terminator's
from the
power tripping
DA's
again.
office, and
Yeah.
I guess there's. an
Running off the rails, one day in.
So, Ms. Serrano, why don't you tell me that again?
Okay, so.
That
you wanna
damn
take it or not
Terminator.
take it?
Mm.
You do wanna take it.
Lambo Red, can you have a talk with Terminator,
Mr.
please?
Keels has changed his mind. He wants to accept the strike offer. It's a 2 years doubled up, striking a prior D. I guess we'll come back at 130 for that.
Ooh, he struck the D, bro.
Double D.
Sure, I don't know. We can do that. We probably can do it this
I have
morning.
Mr. Gomes as well. I have Mr. Gomes and Mr. Keelsen for felony.
Great names.
Felony
Probably do
pleas.
it this morning, but you'll have to send the prop.
Miss Hummer and Miss Gummer will be here
But I
later
don't know.
on. So if you want to hang
Is
out.
he from downstairs or is he up?
Are those chairs dirty?
Yeah, we'll do it in just a little bit.
Oh yeah, the ones on the end are
You
the
have to send the
dirtiest.
Request
Yeah.
for probation for a report first. And then, do we have Mr. Naylor up yet? Or
We
Mr.
got a
B-
termination.
Baylor-
I
Naylor
mean, look
or-
who's here in the band area.
We'll do one of those two first. and then-
All these hardened
Thank you. You moved in very quickly, Lambo Red. Appreciate you.
Yep, I can.
Or,
I'll take a second. There's 100 and
oh, we don't have any of the downstairs.
hundreds of people.
Oh, is there a lot?
Number of
Golly.
days you deserve,
Hundreds.
that will help me. So if you can get that done in the next couple of days and get it to me by, you think you can get it to me by Wednesday?
Yes, Your Honor, I can get this by Wednesday.
All right, why don't you do that? Why don't you jot down what you think I need to know and get it over to me by Wednesday? And then, counsel, if either of you wish to submit anything in writing, it doesn't have to be in the form of a formal pleading. If you just want to give me a document that has the dates that you think apply and how much credit he's entitled to, I'll take a look at that also. And then let's put it back on the docket for next Tuesday at 11:15, and I'll be prepared to make a decision by then, I hope. All right, thanks, Mr. Pacheco. We'll see you back next Tuesday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
See you next Tuesday.
A lot of next Tuesdays this week.
Real quick, we'll come right back. But this guy,
Did you know we
came
had
in,
blocked Casey Anthony?
looking for business. I just love these courtrooms. I wish they'd move a little bit faster, though. Oh, he's
Ooh, hey,
coming-
girl.
It's
Records that I want to give
Real
to Ms.
quick.
Molat.
for mental health purposes.
Oh, he's done some
Keeping him
bad,
back in 30
bad
days,
things.
or at least for a settle, that'll be fine.
I'm looking at some of these names. Casey Anthony got blocked.
These will be set for one of those early.
Well, no,
cases.
that was
Which
during the
means
big,
it's set
that was a
or
big
settled.
raid. That was that
You
one
can't
dick.
continue anything
It just
more.
kept
So do
going
you
and
waive
going and
time,
going.
Mr. Cartwright?
Oh, you can see the guy has like the same
we
picture
can
now
go
on
back
all
and
of
see
his
if you want to
things.
do it.
No,
Oh,
well,
that's easy to tell.
So remember, what we're doing now are these non-trial weeks, and anything that's waive time
The
has
judge
to go
getting drunk.
on the
Let's see.
non-trial week, which would be the week of June 13th. So do you waive time still, sir?
Yes.
I'm sure there's a couple
So,
of these that probably shouldn't have been banned.
June 13th, 8:30, Department 3. We'll see you back here then.
My cat
And
just
that's
knocked
for
my audio
those
out.
ECMCs,
Okay.
Yeah, he
which means
looks
set or settle.
like he's got that look, doesn't he?
Period or Blair.
Mailer on for you?
I like the bailiff. She's got great hair.
Beautiful hair.
The request is reasonable, Mr. Festi. Thank you for putting it in writing and getting it to me. And the court administrator told me this morning that there is time available that week of June 14. So let's go ahead and prepare a new scheduling order, setting the trial on for June 14.
Sure.
With a readiness hearing for the Monday of the week prior to that.
And we'll learn then exactly at that point, I believe, how Ms. Pronte is doing as far as
Yeah,
making sure
okay.
the documents are.
When we do our award show, there is
I
no
had a
doubt that Mr.
conversation
Festi
with
gets
her
the
last Friday morning,
The
not about
Festi.
this case, but
the best
generally about
audio
her
award.
workload. And she was completely
not
caught
banned.
up and then
Not in
had
the ban group
three
at all.
Oh, it just must have been a
expedite
300
requests
second
come in all
timeout
at
then.
once, but she was close to working through those. So I think she'll be able to address your request pretty quickly after she returns.
Very good, sir. I appreciate that. Mr.
Vincent,
Gia
come
and I
back
will
to
continue
YouTube just
working
to make sure you're
together, and we'll stay in touch, Mr. Gia, to, do our due diligence.
Mr. Guillotine.
So, Mr. Gia, I am continuing your trial for 1 week to give your attorney time to prepare or to
Taking
obtain
a
a
shower.
transcript from your last court hearing, okay?
Okay.
All right, so if nothing else changes, I'll see you back on Monday, June 6th
Is that okay, Steve?
for the readiness hearing.
Welcome back, Vincent.
We'd like an opportunity to have.
Mr. Vega.
When we get after the child here.
Okay.
I'm gonna run out real quick. You all right?
I'm gonna stay right here.
There we-
Speak up.
So you want to have a pre-trial next Tuesday?
Sure, that could not hurt us, Your Honor. I don't want to needlessly clog the court calendar, but it could be beneficial to at least keep the case fully on track.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Mr. Gill, we'll see you back in court next Tuesday morning because Monday's a holiday. So we'll see you Tuesday
They
morning
stacking it up.
at 9 o'clock on May 31st, and then we'll see you the following Monday morning for your trial readiness hearing.
That's what it says, yes.
Stay in
Thank
touch,
you.
Mr. Gia. Thank you, sir.
You gonna sit on camera the whole time?
All right,
Oh,
in
wow,
State
look
of
at this new
Washington versus Wolf Evans.
Wolf.
Cause number 20, get the right pair of glasses on so I can see.
Judge Paul.
21-1-267.
Bob,
Ms.
we'll
Pratt,
see
I
you
have
then, bud.
received and reviewed your motion for a continuance. Ms. Zorn, have you reviewed that document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it Memorial Day?
I don't know exactly what happened, but it sounds like Mr. Evans
We're still
didn't
working.
have a correct understanding of what community service means in this court. But it sounds like you were provided documents showing that he completed what appeared to be all of his community service, only to learn that about half of it was done for private citizens. Is that right?
Correct.
Look at his
so
mask.
Ms. Young is asking for
Badass.
some additional time to allow her client the opportunity to complete the community service hours. Any objection to that?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Pratt, how much time do you believe your client will need to get that done?
I would ask for 4 months, Your Honor.
4 months?
Yes.
Okay, and the the portion of the community service hours turned in that counted were for what agency? Do you know?
There were some from the YMCA and some from
Honey.
Habitat for Humanity.
Okay, and Mr. Evans, do you think you have the opportunity to go back to that agency, or are you going to be looking for a different community service agency?
I will be able to go back to the YMCA, yes.
Okay, all right. Well, if you encounter any bumps in the road, my advice to you is to call Ms. Pratt before you go out and select the new community service agency. Because there are rules, and I don't want you to do it at a wrong place again, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so let's set this for a review for about 60 days from now, Ms. Zorn. And Mr. Evans, at that time, I just want you to come in with whatever new hours you've performed on the sheet on which you document that. Bring it with you
How do
in
you
about
not
2
get
months. We'll get the date set
community
here in a
service
moment.
knocked out? I mean,
July
Yes, Your
11th.
Honor.
have to redo it.
Okay, Mr. Evans, that's all for today. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay,
my
Mr.
mom
Tracy,
will
is
take
that
care of it
you
for
over in the conference room? All right, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you, Your Honor?
All right. So, Ms. Pratt, have you had an opportunity to meet with Mr. Tracy yet?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. We're going to do two things today, Mr. Tracy. The first thing we're going to do is talk about what the roles are for Ms. Pratt as your standby counsel and for you as a pro se litigant. Then the second thing we're going to do is talk about your trial date. Okay.
Why has he got a custom
Yes,
mask
sir.
on?
All right. So here are my directions to the two of you regarding the standby counsel relationship that the two of you have. Ms. Young's primary duties include the following things. She will give you advice if you ask for it, if she's able to. If you're asking her for advice about something she's capable of providing to you, she will.
Like a rash on your
that could be
hind
something
end,
as
she
simple
cannot
as
be asked questions for.
what a one of the court rules might mean. If you read a court rule and you're not exactly sure what it says, you can ask her about it. If you get to be working on your jury instructions, you may have questions for her, legal questions about jury instructions. She can answer your questions about that. She can act as a go-between, if you wish, in communicating with the prosecutor and attorney. So if you have questions or issues you would like to have discussed with the prosecutor and attorney, and you would feel more comfortable having Ms. Pratt
Raider
do that,
Nation,
she will be
Yeah,
authorized by the court
How is
to assist
he
you in
able
that
to
way.
have that for one thing? Because it's around his neck. Couldn't that
Things
be
that
something
she's
he could
not
hang
going to be
himself
able to
with?
do are as follows. She cannot draft and prepare pleadings
with
for
me,
you.
Your
So if there are motions or other documents you need to file with the court, if you have questions about those documents, you can ask her,
No fun,
but
Georgia.
she will not be preparing documents
Georgia.
for you to be filed with the court. She can assist you in some minor capacity in doing legal research. She's not going to be allowed to become your primary legal research person. That's
I
still
don't
going to be your job.
understand
And I
how
understand that,
if you want to
you're
be
still having
your
some
own
issues
lawyer,
gaining
they
access
don't
to
just let you be your own lawyer. I
legal
mean,
research resources over at the
they gotta
jail,
keep
and we're
somebody in the
working on
back.
that. But you cannot expect Ms.
Judges
Pratt
seem really
to
nice about
draft
explaining
a
it
brief
every
for
single
you
time.
on,
I
on
just be
some
like,
issue that you
you
would
know,
like to have
Judge
brought
Paul
before the
Paul is a
court.
good
You're going to
guy.
have to
do your
be
thing.
primarily
I'd throw 'em to the
responsible for
wolves.
that. You can ask her for some assistance in that regard, and if she has time,
Give them
she will
internet
be permitted
access and just
to
call
do
it a
that.
day.
Never be a judge. I
Uh,
could never do it because I just be like, oh,
It will
really
be your
dumbass. All right,
obligation
do
at
it too, buddy.
trial to
Oh, you
there.
pound.
cross-examine witnesses that you think need to be cross-examined. It will be your obligation to trial to conduct the direct testimony examination of any witnesses that you call at trial. It will be your responsibility at trial to make objections to any questions that you think are inappropriately being asked by the prosecutor and attorney. If there are motions made during the course of the trial, it will be your responsibility to present oral argument either for or against.
We could
whatever the
present an
motion
oral
might be.
argument. And sometimes
Essentially,
it
at the
depends.
trial,
You should
Ms.
see all the
Pratt will
pending
be
requests
seated
right now
with
we have
you,
with all the
but
clips.
will not
We
be
do
an
get
active
paid, by the way,
participant
in
in the trial. That's still going to
McDonald's
be your
gift
job, but she'll be there
The old paper.
seated next to you if you have some brief question that you want to ask her. Ms. Pratt, are there any other areas of this standby counsel process that you have questions about today?
You know he doesn't.
I noticed when going through.
I'm sorry, Ms. Pratt, can you remove your mask and talk right into the microphone for me?
Oh,
I noticed when going through the file that he had made a motion for transcripts of proceedings. I don't know if that had been heard by the court.
Okay. Transcript of all of the proceedings we've had up to this point?
No, I believe it was a particular proceeding.
Oh, yes. Yes, you can order that and I'll authorize it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Tracy, do you have any questions regarding information I've given you today regarding how I expect your relationship with your standby counsel to operate?
No, Your Honor. I'm just curious. I know that it's not your fault the law library doesn't work, but I'm just very curious on how I'm supposed to even look up court rules if I don't have any access to any law material.
We hear that all the time.
Mr. Tracy, right now, your trial on these consolidated cases is scheduled to begin, I believe, on June 22nd. Is that your recollection?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you think you'll be ready for trial by June 22nd?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. If I give you an additional 4 weeks, will that assist you?
It make a little impact. I work every day with the little material that I do have, but
Oh, no, he was
these are
thinking
very
about
complex
leaving you in.
cases.
Here's
they
what we're
think
going to
they can
do.
get out to go play lawyer?
Who's handling this, Mr.
Like-
Jackson? Do
like
you
gotta
wish to
go
be
somewhere
heard
to
on
let 'em
this
get access
request
to
for
this? They don't have a
continuance?
law
I'm
library
looking
there in the
at
jail?
moving
Or
the
like,
trial to July 19th.
let them
Does that
out
cause you any problems
on a-
that you know of?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
These are Mr. Walker's. He'll be back tomorrow, so I'll draw his attention to that court date. to make
That's
sure
how
that our
that's
witnesses
how I
are-
perceive that.
are
I
in line
think
for
that in
that.
their head that they think that if they're
And I don't
gonna,
have an objection, especially
their own
considering
lawyer.
counsel's introduction into the case.
that
Hey,
they
Fred,
think
do you
that
know
they
if
can
July 19 creates any conflicts with your schedule?
get out and go work on it.
I don't believe so, but I will double check.
Your Honor, I need 4 years of law school.
July
Could you
19th
get
is open.
that done?
If that was the case, he just added a
Here's what we're
month
going
to
to do then.
his
We'll
time.
move
Yeah.
the trial to begin on July 19. We will set the readiness
Obviously,
hearing
he's
for
guilty.
Monday of the prior week, which would be July 11 for the readiness hearing. Let's set a pretrial conference for the last Monday in June. I don't have my calendar right in front of me. June what? June 27 will be the pretrial conference.
Well, they're setting that, and we begin to wind down. And Mikey, I just found out that I've got a few things that's got to get out for eBay that I didn't even realize. The wonderful eBay app didn't even tell me that I had sales over the weekend.
Beautiful way.
It's very nice.
Can
I
you
say, let's just jump into this court at Burnett County Court of Law and see what's happening.
Alcohol one.
Stephen Todd loves lava lamps.
You know what else Stephen Todd likes?
Okay,
He likes
so we're
biscuits.
still waiting. And
biscuits.
we reached out to them in April and asked for an update on April the 6th.
He's agreeing.
And we're
Okay.
still waiting.
So
Of
do we need to
course.
go, do we need to go further than?
Yes, Your Honor. 4 weeks ain't going to do it. I need 7 years and about
Wouldn't hurt.
four.
We asked for an update on April the 6th, but we have not received a response yet.
No one
So let's
calling
do
dibs on
July
Judge
18th.
Linda Bayless.
At 3 p.m.
Not yet. No dibs, I think, have been made all day so far.
I can't believe it.
Brandon.
Let's
Am I
go.
on my
Who?
way?
you
that
get the
lava
date and
lamp
time?
is gonna fall off?
Yes, ma'am.
Would
June
you like-
20.
Oh God,
July 8th.
it is.
Uh-huh. You're free to go. We'll
Precarious.
see you then.
Yeah,
Back on
that's
Zoom.
close.
Based on history, we should be getting the results here shortly. And based on my experience, unless something has happened to slow things down.
Okay, well, and
Nah,
you know
nothing will
about
slow
that.
things down in court.
All right, Brandon, we'll see you back. Oh, he's already gone. Okay.
What is it that James has a collection of there?
And she's here. Rebecca, can you unmute?
The shelves up top,
They're
whatever they're.
color coordinated, whatever they are.
Yeah, speaking with
Thimbles?
Rebecca and also communicating back and forth with the county attorney and hopeful to resolve this.
Shot
there's
glasses.
A little bit more
What's-
work on their side about possibly a deferred
Are they like
process.
Star Wars models or something right behind his head? I can't tell.
Okay.
Hey, there's an X-wing fighter right there behind him.
It is right. Okay, so there's some Star Wars stuff, and then he's got a bunch of women's sex toys on the but right off his shoulder
21
there.
At 3 p.m.
Rebecca, you got that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Micro machines. I kept it happy.
I hope they are then. Those are definitely way better.
5436 and 37745. Dylan Vance.
And we don't have Dylan.
Oh,
We have
Dylan.
an announcement that might affect the very quick resolution of these cases, perhaps. My Odyssey.
Oh, I'm sorry, Flusha.
Indicates that Mr. Vance was represented by Perry Thomas in felony court on some drug cases and was sentenced to 15 years in prison. Interestingly, the judgment recites 15 years in prison. Then a judgment nunc pro tunc was filed
What?
that said, "Oh, the two misdemeanors were not 1245." And so there's a judgment nunc pro tunc signed by the court in the felony case that says that these two cases are 1245. I wasn't part of that transaction at all. I don't know anything about it. Perry Thomas was handling it, so James or Colleen be able to address that.
Yes, they should have been 12:45.
You at an Indian restaurant? That might be it.
Worst things.
I'll look into that. If
Worst
not,
things
we'll
that can
do
smell like
dismissal
bourbon.
today.
Way worse.
And that was on Dylan Vance. So
Yes, ma'am.
y'all will handle
Dylan
that.
Vance from Vance Refrigeration.
Dylan Vance doing 15 biggins, Creed.
Walters and Ethan's
And
here.
He's here. Hey, Ethan, how are you?
Mhm.
Good.
Beautiful
You're
hair,
right.
Ethan.
Yes, ma'am.
Real patriot.
Okay. Your announcement, Mr. Todd?
This is a little bit of an exotic case, Judge, in
Ooh.
a sense. It's voting while intoxicated case.
What?
And,
Voting. I thought he said
forging
voting.
ahead with my urging even today of finishing up completely and thoroughly, but quickly, his pretrial diversion application because he would
I'm
like.
on a
to be
boat.
Considered for that, and so I'm really urging him to finish that and the drug testing to submit it to the county attorney within a couple of
Oh,
days,
okay.
hopefully this week.
Ugh.
Early this week, we can get that submitted.
All right, so,
We will just need 30 days probably. I mean, because it's, if he's gonna get it, then.
okay, 30 to 45 on those is what we usually do, so whichever.
Yeah, let's go out to July 18th at 3, just so we don't have to do a second reset.
Okay.
So July 18th at 3 o'clock, okay, Ethan?
Yes, ma'am.
And that
Oh, I'm
means you
sorry, I'm
gotta
supposed
get
to be
all
out in the water
paperwork
that
done
day.
And everything completed, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Hair.
All right.
I swear that's what they said.
That
Voting.
means here, in
Voting.
case you got your
While
date, time to
intoxicated.
Come back. Unless all of, if everything's been done, then you won't need to come back, but that will be between you and Mr. Todd. He'll have to let you know.
Yes, ma'am. I also kind of just had like questions like revolving around like a pretrial diversion, kind of like what it would.
Do you?
You need
I
to
could-
talk. to Mr.
I
Todd.
can explain that to you in more details.
Yes.
Do you want a
Okay.
breakout room, Mr. Todd, or are you gonna call?
Sure,
him?
if you don't mind, we could do.
Oh, we're breaking out too, by the way.
Yeah, that is. It is.
Bench for Mr. Mulder has
that time.
failed to appear.
It is
Yeah,
that time. Guys, thank you so much again for another successful, not so crazy day compared to last week. But I'm telling Licking County, man. that is-
Licking always brings it. They really do.
That's where it's at. We got a case 1 o'clock East, Monday through Friday. Come back. Hang out with us in the chat if you're in the future. Oh,
We've been doing some painting
he's
in the pokey.
certainly been doing some painting.
I hope that's paint.
And don't forget, we'll be back for Mini Chase Monday or Monday, some may say. And we got a chase coming up at 4:05. Is it a banger? Is it a good
Uh,
to go?
I mean, remember how last week was great on all cylinders?
Mm-hmm.
This week is going to be
Eh,
pretty good.
pretty good. All right, we got a pretty good weekend ahead of us. Listen, it's we got a kind of weekend ramping up to
It's
the
only Monday. It's only
special
Monday.
weekend. Just kind of
Yeah.
take it easy.
We're cooking out sometime. All right, guys, we appreciate y'all coming by. If you haven't already done so, please like this video. If you really do us a big favor, if you're over on Facebook, follow. That's so important. I couldn't tell you enough times about how important that is. And sharing with others, let them know these guys are up to some funny business. Funny business. Until next time, Creed returns.
There you go.
Mediocre Monday coming hot.
I like that. It's a mediocre Monday, a mediocre week ahead for you. Get ready. Get excited. That's how you do YouTube, right? You tell everybody the
Mediocre.
truth and be like, it's going to be it's going to be an okay weekend.
Our bad weeks are better than most people's good weeks. Remember
That's a
that,
great
Taco.
point. See you
All
guys
right.
at 4:05.
Bye.
Bye, I say.
Subpar.